Download your entire transaction history from Schwab. Run one command. Your entire position dashboard builds itself in Google Sheets. Every ticker, every option, every dividend, all the way back to your first trade. I'm going to show you exactly how to set this up. It takes about 30 minutes, most of which is a one-time Google configuration. After that, updating it is one command. There are three pieces to this. First, Schwab. You'll download your full transaction history as a CSV. Every stock, every buy, every sell, every option trade, every dividend, going back as far as you have history. One export, all your positions. Second, a Python script. I didn't write this script myself. Claude Code wrote it for me based on conversations we had about what I wanted to track. It's about 1,200 lines of Python. I'll point you to the GitHub repo where you can download it. You don't need to understand the code or modify it. And then third, Google Sheets. The script reads your CSV, figures out what's open, what's closed, fetches current prices from Yahoo Finance, builds out your entire dashboard in a multi-tab Google Sheet that lives in your Google Drive. It's formatted with formulas organized by status, open positions, closed positions, and drops anything it couldn't make sense of into another tab. Before we get into the steps, I want to address something important: security. Let's talk about what Claude does and doesn't have access to when you use this. Claude Code is what I use to build the script. Those conversations happen between my machine and Claude helped me write and refine the code over several sessions. But Claude is not involved when you run the script. When you type that one command, you're running a plain Python file on your own computer. Claude isn't watching, Claude isn't reading your data, Claude has no connection to what happens next. Here's exactly what the script touches. It reads your CSV file from your local drive. It calls Yahoo Finance public API to get current stock and option prices. That's public market data, no authentication needed. And it writes to your own Google Sheets using OAuth credentials that you create and control. Your spreadsheet ID, your credentials, and your Google account. Your financial data, your positions, your transaction history, your cost basis, that never passes through Anthropic servers. It goes from your hard drive to your Google Drive. That's it. The script is open source. You can read every line of it before you run it. Let's get started with the steps to make this work for you. You don't need to do these steps as you watch this. All these steps are in the README file along with other MD files in the repository. So let's go to the GitHub repository linked in the description. This link right there. Download or clone the repo with this command. Once you have it, install the required Python packages. You'll need Python 3 installed. If you don't have it, you can go to python.org. It's got straightforward installers for Windows and Mac. Execute this pip command to get the Google libraries you'll need. That's it for getting the code and getting it ready to run. Log into your Schwab account and select the right account, then go to Transaction History right here. Set the date range to cover your full history. Make sure all is selected to go back as far as you can. And hit search. The script handles everything in one file, so you want all your transactions, all your tickers in one single export. Now we're ready to download it. First, make sure the date range shown here is what you're expecting. Click the export download icon over here. Download it as a CSV. Save it under whatever name you like. Save this transaction file in the same folder as the script. That's your input file. You don't need to clean it up or reformat anything. The script handles all of that. Configure Google Sheets access. This is the most involved step, but you only do it once. I'm not going to bog down this episode with that step. There's a Google Sheets setup.md file in the project on GitHub. Open this markdown document and follow the instructions. After you've configured Google Sheets access, create a new blank Google Sheet in your Google Drive. Give it whatever name you want. I've named this one Position Tracker. Look at the URL. There's a long ID string in the middle of it. Copy that ID like this. Open up setup.tab.py, the Python script, your favorite text editor, and paste your spreadsheet ID into a line near the top of this file. It's right here. You'll want to paste that copied value to replace this value right here. Save the file, and that's the only line you'll ever edit. Now we're ready to run the script. Open your favorite shell, PowerShell or command prompt, navigate to the folder with the script and your CSV file and run it like this. Make sure that you match the name of the file that you downloaded from Schwab. The first time you run it, a browser window will open asking you to authorize access to your Google Sheets account. Click Allow. After that, it runs silently. You won't see that prompt again. The script will work through all your tickers alphabetically. For each one, it fetches the current stock price and any open values that Yahoo Finance and any open option values from Yahoo Finance, then builds the full tab in your Google Sheet. This could take a few minutes depending on how many positions you have. We'll probably hit the Google API rate limit and pause for a minute before automatically continuing. You can just leave it running. The script is still running in the background. When it finishes, your multi-tab spreadsheet will be built. A totals row will show up at the bottom on your summary tabs when it finishes. It's finished now. You can see the totals row here. The spreadsheet has 3 summary tabs: summary open, summary closed, and summary inconsistent, followed by a tab for each position. We're looking at the summary open tab, the current tab. It shows all your currently active positions in one place. You have the underlying stock section, then you've got call and put stats here, and then the overall metrics here. Here's the summary close tab, and it has the same layout for positions you've fully exited. You can see how each one performed, and here's the totals row at the bottom. The summary inconsistent tab is a short list of any tickers where the script detected something it couldn't reconcile, and the note kind of describes what the problem was. It shows you what the issue is so you can investigate. Maybe you can find the missing transaction elsewhere, add them to your CSV file, and rerun the script. Now let's look at a position tab. We're looking at my Schwab position on Schwab. At the top left, you see the last time the script was run. The stock price and option market values come from Yahoo Finance. The adjusted cost basis per share is one of the more interesting metrics. Your brokerage shows you what you paid per share. This number shows you what you effectively paid after subtracting the net option premium and dividends you've collected. After a few years of covered calls and dividends, this number can be significantly lower than your purchase price. Here it's $56 versus $68. All these top rows are meant to be mostly only about your underlying stock. The stock position section here shows your current number of shares, your average cost per share, their current market value, and the net cost of all your buys and sells of the stock. The stock results section here shows your gain in dollars, how long you've held on a FIFO weighted basis, and your annualized gain on just the stock alone before options or dividends enter the picture. Call history stats section rolls up every call trade across the entire history of the position. Open calls shows your current call if you have one. Open call metrics has additional details about your open calls. Time value annualized yield is highlighted. This is the annualized yield of the time value remaining on your open calls relative to the closeout value of the covered shares. It tells you how hard this option is still working for you right now. When it drops low enough, it may be time to consider closing out the position or rolling. 5% is the threshold that will cause me to start considering a move. Same structure for puts as calls. As you can see, I don't have any open puts for this position. The income section tracks total dividends and net option premium. This is the cash this position has thrown off beyond the stock price movement. P&L breakdown shows how each piece, stock, calls, puts, and dividends, contributes to your total return. And then returns gives you the bottom line, closeout value, annualized yield on your invested capital, and annualized yield on your closeout value. And then below are all the transactions it's used to compute all these stats. Whenever you want to refresh, you got new transactions or you want to get new prices on your stock or options positions, you can just rerun the script and it'll grab the latest stock and option values. You can download a fresh CSV from Schwab and run the same command, or edit the existing CSV with new transactions you discovered. You run the script and it will clear the spreadsheet, rebuild everything from scratch. Your Google Sheet will always reflect exactly what's in the CSV plus current market prices once it's done. One more thing I wanted to show you is like how I built this thing. Like just talking with Claude, like let's add a new feature to the open summary tab. Can you add a pie chart to the open summary tab that will show how much each open position is worth? Put it below the totals row. Well, it's thinking. It's using up some tokens. One thing I do like to do is watch Claude's usage. So like I've used in my current, it breaks it up into 5-hour sessions. I've used 29%. And for the week, I've used 51%. For me, the pro $20 a month plan is enough. I don't want to totally spend my life using Claude all day long. And I don't really run parallel agents yet, so the pro plan is good enough for me for now. Anyway, let's go back to Claude in my PyCharm. I've got Claude running in a terminal in PyCharm, and he's still thinking. All right, he's done. Now let's run the script and see what he did. So let's see what it did. So it took the closeout value column, got rid of these negative ones, which are open sold puts, and created this pie chart. And here's Coupang, here's Fluent, Google. Two biggest ones are Pfizer and Schwab. So it did a pretty good job. I mean, I'll probably tweak this, maybe create another one for overall profit loss or a bar chart or something. And that's the whole workflow for adding new features. Describe what you want. Claude proposes the approach. You say go, it writes the code. You don't need to know Python or Google Sheets API. You just need to know what you want to see. There's a roadmap in the README doc with some ideas on where to go from here. Claude came up with most of those ideas. I'll probably pick and choose from there on what to do next. And feel free to suggest some feature or point out some flaw. And finally, in conclusion, if you thought this was useful, please like and subscribe. To recap, just download a Schwab CSV, run a Python script that Claude wrote, look at your Google Sheet. It takes about 30 minutes of configuration, and you've got a dashboard that shows you what your brokerage never will. Your real adjusted cost basis, your actual annualized returns across the whole position, and other interesting metrics. If you hit a snag during setup, drop a comment. I do check them.